Go ahead and move into the NFL Week 5 pick show. If you guys wait, Maddie's got to wedge his lucky horseshoe up his rear end here because he was hot again last week. Maddie went 5-1. Maddie is firmly in first place at 17-7 right now. I am trailing at 13-11. Zach went 3-2-1. He is at 10-13-1, and then Pigoy 3-3 again for a 10-14 record. So, boys, what are we getting into this week? Let's go ahead and start off with the noon games. I will take the Tennessee Titans -2.5 on the road at the Commanders. I think the Commanders are the worst team in the NFL, and the Titans are starting to look a little bit better. So I just don't see how they don't cover 2.5 here. I just saw it at 2.5, so I'll change that.
I just put it in at 2.5 myself on DraftKings, so I'm changing it.
And then I will also take the Pittsburgh Steelers at +14 at Buffalo. Buffalo showed they were pretty vulnerable last week, and I don't know if they're going to go with Kenny Pickett or Mitch, but I think they're going to keep this. They're going to get beat, but I think they're going to keep it under 2 touchdowns.
I saw a tweet from like a gambling, expert from some website. He was saying, when was the last time you saw Pittsburgh +14 in the NFL?
Yeah, doesn't happen very often.
No.
I'll go next. I have the Falcons +8.5 at the Bucs.
That. It's not one of my picks. I like it, Zach.
It's divorce week for Tom Brady, so the Falcons +8.5.
It's a tough. Falcons been tough, dude. They're a scrappy team,
and I don't think the Bucs are very good.
No,
I agree. Their defense got lit up.
And then I have the Chargers -3.5 going into Cleveland. I think the Browns are pretty awful too.
I didn't play either of those. I like them both though.
Don't hate that.
Thank you.
Let's move to our afternoon slate.
Do I get to do mine?
Or I'm sorry, Maddie.
No, it's okay.
I was going off of the order on the spreadsheet.
That's
the guy who's we don't want to hear from the guy who's got the hottest picks on the show, Boomy.
Yeah, sorry. This is what everybody came for. I apologize.
Silence me some more, Boomy. I'm riding with you. Actually, I'm taking the Titans -2.5. I think sometimes some of it it makes you feel trappy, but sometimes you just can't avoid the trap. So I'm going to walk right into that one. Whatever. I think they're the better team by far.
I will gladly go down betting against Carson Wentz and the horrible Washington Commanders.
Absolutely, and I think Ron Rivera's showing some chinks in the armor a little bit, and it's one of those. I don't know, man. I just feel like Tennessee's just going to storm up and down the field against them. I think Derrick Henry's just going to shove it down their throat. And then I'm going to take another one that also feels a little trappy, but I don't care. I'll take it anyway. It's Miami -3. They're a way better team than the Jets. It's just that's not even really a debate, in my opinion. So I'm just going to take the coin flip that they're going to win by more than the field goal, and I'm going to take the Dolphins. 2 or no 2.
Let's move in to the afternoon slate. Not much because of the Sunday morning London game, which none of us took, the Packers and the Giants. But let's take the afternoon slate. I will start off. I will take the Cardinals +5.5. I feel like I'm dying on this Cardinals hill, but at home, 2-2. I feel like I've bet the Cardinals every week, and I keep getting bit right in the ass about it. But
last week.
I just feel like they're better than they're playing. They still haven't reached their peak yet, and I feel like the Eagles showed last week. I know they pulled the game out, but to a very average Jacksonville team, there's definitely some deficiencies there. But I'm kind of hoping that Arizona chooses this week to kind of get the wheels rolling there. And let's see, my other pick.
Oh, you're gonna go.
Sorry,
you got 2 now. You have 2.
Yep, that's my fault. I'll do my other one. I got the Rams -4. I think this Cooper Rush thing has to run out at some point, and the Rams got to get right. The Rams are 2-2, look terrible on Monday night. They got to bounce back. They got a home game. What a perfect time to do it against a team that's kind of on the rise right now with Cooper Rush at quarterback. And Matt Stafford could not have looked worse, I think, on Monday night. So big bounce back here, covering 4.
I'm going to go with the opposite of Boomy there with the Eagles -5.5 in Arizona. I think this Eagles team is for real, and I think the Cardinals stink. And then the 49ers minus 6.5 going into Carolina. Speaking of teams who stink, the Panthers. Baker Mayfield, my goodness, what happened?
Yeah, fans are calling for Sam Darnold. That's how you know things are getting bad.
Yeah, and the 49ers, they looked good. They got their running game going. They had the passing game going. Jimmy G out there. I know it sounds crazy, but they look better than they did at the beginning of the season. I know all you really saw from Trey Lance was a game in Chicago, which doesn't even count because it was so bad. And then he got hurt early, but this guy has gotten you through the playoffs. I just think that the 49ers going forward is going to be a pretty good team.
Hard to disagree.
I'm up against Boomy in both. I got the Eagles minus 5.5. I think they're just a far better team. Like I've been on the Cardinals as well. I think that team is not very good at all. I just don't think it's a very good squad. And I think Philly is for real. I've been waiting for that to fall apart because I've never been a Jalen Hurts guy. Even back into college when he just kept proving me wrong there. Continues to just prove me wrong in the NFL too. So I just obviously do not know how to look at quarterbacks or assess their ability to produce in the NFL because he's the goods right now. And I think Philly's defense is tough too. I just think they're just a far better team than the Cardinals. And I don't think the Cooper Rush, the Gold Rush, is going to run out quite yet. I think the Rams just might not be very good. They have lost a lot of talent from the Super Bowl team. There's an obvious hangover a little bit. And let's face it, Matt Stafford is looking much more like Detroit Matt Stafford than Rams Matt Stafford of last year. So I don't know. Not having Odell Beckham, not having Von Miller, not having some of the other parts around them that they had, offensive line pieces, some are gone there. They're not getting production out of the running game. I don't know. I don't think the Rams are that good right now.
From what we've seen, you're not incorrect. Let's move to the Sunday night game. We got an AFC North battle. We got the Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm on the Ravens here. I don't think the Bengals are good. They cannot protect Joe Burrow. The Ravens defense is solid. Tough one last week, giving a game away against the Bills. And I think the Bengals, I said it back in August, I don't think this team is as good as they were in the way they caught lightning in a bottle. And if they can't keep Joe Burrow protected, they're going to struggle. So I'll take the Ravens minus 3.
I'm with Boomy.
And Maddie?
I'm with you. I think I don't agree with your reasoning. I do think the Bengals are good. I just think it's a bad spot here because Baltimore, I mean, how do you lose that game to Buffalo? You had them. You had them beat. You had them dead to the rights. I think it's almost a little bit of a must-win kind of early in the season to right the ship a little bit. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's a big one. You drop to 2 and 3. You're in that division. I mean, you're kind of asking for trouble.
Yeah, and the Bengals are riding a little bit of a wave.
Yeah. We will see. We're all on the Ravens so far, so maybe looking at a show bet here, depending on what Pigley goes. Monday night, we have the Chiefs hosting the Raiders. I will take the Raiders plus 7. I know the Chiefs are so good, but I've also got their season total under 10.5 wins. So I think the Raiders at some point, they got to figure it out. There's just too much talent there. And I know it's probably a stretch, but I'll take them at plus 7 in Kansas City.
I'm going to take Chiefs minus 7.
I agree.
If the Raiders are going to figure it out, it's not going to be this week.
The Chiefs look like a well-oiled machine right now, offensively, and I don't see that slowing down from the Raiders by any means.
Well, you guys are on the Chiefs. I'm on the Raiders. We'll have the graphic out Sunday morning that Pigoy always puts up. Make sure you check that out for all of our picks.